Good evening, everyone. Welcome back towards the ESL Pro League match day number 6 of the North America division. We are on towards the final match between Ghost Gaming and Luminosity Gaming. And I must say, Ghost, they are living up to their namesake. They didn't really show up in the previous one, but we're hoping they become a little bit more corporal this one. And
wow, that was nice. Were you working on that during the break?
No, actually, I just thought of it just then.
Oh, yeah, that's what they all say. I said
actually
that as well.
I actually did.
I don't believe you. You're not that smart, Kevin. You did say Ghost 60-40 here. I don't know if 16-3 is 60-40.
No, it's more about it.
That's
90,
more like
90-10.
Yeah.
I'd say the odds would probably blow up that much, but it was close towards the beginning, and then probably around the 10th round mark, that's where it kind of accelerated away, trotted away.
Definitely the 10th round. I mean, that round number 10 was the CT Eco round win where Ghost just ran onto the A bomb site into a bunch of CZs behind their own smokes, and yeah, they lost that round, and pretty much from there on out, you know, we didn't see another round go the way of Ghost from there. So that was obviously not too much fun for them, but 16-3, very, very fun for Luminosity. Yeah,
they had a good fun time. Let's take a look at the schedule to see what happened for the rest of match day number 6 and what is going to happen. And that's a drumming and a half in
It's a good day if you're a Brazilian. 16-5 and 16-3. Still one more match coming up, though.
Yeah, I still say it's expected, even though that KNG is not playing earlier on today. On the secondary stream, we did have Misfits take a pretty clean 2-0 over Rogue, a 1-1 split between NRG and Optic Gaming. I still predict the 2-0 for Immortals. It's just Immortals, I think a lot of people do write off. They're the second best Brazilian team. They did go 1-1 apiece with SK Gaming last week, and they also are the major finalists, and they had a really good run over at DreamHack Malmo as well. So it's not as if the second best Brazilian team is like that poor. They have a very solid team. Coming towards the final matchup, obviously, though, it is going to be Cash, so it is going to be return of the Australian way of saying Cash on Luminosity and Ghost.
Cash?
Yeah, I just realized.
Cash?
Is it meant to be Cash or Cash?
It's meant to be Cash.
I don't know who.
I mean, to be honest, it can be either, but not Cache. Whoever says Cache, that's wrong.
I'd expect the odds still to be probably changing at halftime, I'd say, after a pretty easy half of Luminosity. But it still remains to be determined. I'm fairly certain that this would be Luminosity's map pick, given that they started CT side on Train. So they're most likely be starting on T side, which
would make sense.
Starts becoming a little bit more scary for Ghost, because Cache is a map where, once again, it can blow out very, very quickly for a CT side if you're unable to string a few rounds together. Yeah, look, I mean, I would have no qualms about starting on T side on Cache. You can even, you know, just do away with the entire map from the T side. Like, there's a lot of options for you. You know, CT side, of course, as well, you can make it work. But I don't mind the T side of Cache. Like, you get off to a good start, you really pound your opponent into the dust. They start playing very, very passive in their bomb sites. You get lots of map control easily. Your rotations can be pretty quick. I mean, it's going to be tough for the CTs here. If, for example, let's say Luminosity starts on the T side, wins pistol round, absolutely demolishes the first gun round. We're sort of like 5-4, 5-0. At that point, Luminosity's, again, just rolling on, steam rolling on from Train, and then I think that's pretty much game over at that point. But I suppose we'll have to see. Luminosity is starting on the T side here, so pistol round so important here for Ghost, I think, just to slow the momentum of Luminosity. Alright, so it's going to be Showtime as bait, or they're just going to slowly play the pistol round just to make sure that there's no insane push coming out of Ghost Gaming. And look at this quadruple stack towards mid. I like how Ghost Gaming at least tries something different every single time. There's 2 boosted up, 1 at Sandbags and 1 towards Z. If any T decides to peek their head towards mid, it most likely will get taken off. And just EQK playing retake. The B side has been left completely open at this stage, mind you, but they can quickly rotate through vent and retake it.
I still feel as though Luminosity is going to kind of figure this out. The A-bomb site, there's nothing going on there right now. They do have a smoke, so if they smoke that cross off the truck area, ZQK is not going to be able to do anything but spam through that smoke. And at that point, you're kind of just hoping for a lucky headshot, and you can't really rely on that. So Luminosity, they've heard that shot come out from ZQK by truck. They know, well, so far that there's no one on site.
He's managed to sneak out towards Forklift. He's still slowly crawling up. Has ZQK actually spotted him? No, he hasn't, but is able to turn around, but can't find the head. There goes a lot of blood. ZQK at least finds Cello. The smoke comes up a little bit too late to commemorate Cello's death, but it comes just in time to commemorate it, but it comes a little bit too late to kind of save him from death, which is And Showtime just waiting for the lurk, but this is just 3 up highway, 2 up towards Truck. This is a really, really good retake if they're able to get the kills. But the flashbangs allow them to peek out. All the information is given. But that's a lot of Ghost Gaming members coming in, and Showtime, it is his time to shine right now. There's no one he can find. There's one, there's two, but he can't find the third. And that's not enough, unfortunately, because it means that Ghost Gaming will take the first pistol round. I do like their setup on that. They're geared up for any retake kind of position.
But you got to feel as though, like, if one of those picks would have gone the way of Luminosity, that's probably the round over. Like, if that guy at Truck gets picked by Yell as he pushes out to Fork, that's probably round over. If that initial flashbang that got popped out by Luminosity right as the retake started results in a pick for Luminosity as opposed to a pick for Ghost Gaming, that's probably round over. Luminosity wins.
I still say that
coming down from the back. Any sort of delay there from Ghost Gaming, if they slow down 2 seconds, Showtime comes around the back of Short, cleans them all up.
A coin flip then at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Peter 50's out on the board as Rix will find the first kill towards B site. Showtime, there's nothing he can do. He's trying to play progressive, but you can't play progressive with no flashbangs, no grenades, and no serious firepower backing up unless you get lucky. And Yell, how does he do this every single time? He manages to sneak out towards Forklift. No one is watching this position. If he finds the right timing, but he won't this time. Seb does manage to wide swing Truck and at least discovers an angle, but Pickle, what a shot on towards Connor, but the bomb can't... Okay, bomb has transitioned across. They'll get the bomb plant down. They're happy with that. That means a lot of money to work with. So even though the SMGs do rack up a lot of money on Wardell, which most likely mean, or Luminosity do have the option of bringing out their own AWP with this bomb plant.
Not to mention all the extra grenades that they're going to be able to get as well. I mean, I think it's obviously quite an important part, but I undersold a little bit sometimes. You know, you go, okay, we've got the AKs, we've got a smoker and a flash each. Great. But if you get those 2 bombs down, now look at this buy coming out from Luminosity. It's essentially a full buy. They've got full AKs, they've got pretty much full utilities. Neckers and Yell missing maybe a flashbang each, but apart from that, like, this is pretty much perfect, exactly what you want. Luminosity now in a really good spot here, considering Ghost Gaming have saved a couple of those UMPs through. You could argue Luminosity have a better buy, but there is the AWP on Wardell, so it's a bit of a 50-50. Still, Luminosity definitely in a better spot than they would have been had they not got that bomb down last round.
No progressive play from Ghost Gaming on the back of these SMGs. Normally you'd see when a team on the CT side, they kind of use it as a throwaway round, but they realize that this is actually a very, very dangerous round. Luminosity have a lot of utility. They can take their time and slowly take map control as opposed to try to take a site fast because you don't have as much grenades to work with. And Pickle is going to molly off Fork. This will force Seb to make a bit of a move. He does smoke himself out though, but Connor is not moving his crosshair just yet towards Squeaky. So Pickle's made a little bit of noise. This forced the early smoke grenade out. So it's a 1-for-1 trade in terms of grenades, which is always going to be more favorable at the end game for Luminosity.
Yeah, for the T side. Lots of utilities being spent in mid here, but Luminosity do gain control of that area of the map. They've got 3 smoke grenades left, Incendiary or a Molotov even still, to go up into the A-bomb side. Even though, well, it's hard to say actually where they're going to go. The bomb's kind of floating towards A, but they do have a lurk over towards B. If this guy gets a pick on B, Showtime can get that pick, then they probably do head to B. But that's a tough line to peek.
Well, they have to, because now Ghost Gaming, they've played progressive towards A main, realize that no one is there, and Showtime, oh, Dale barely missing the shot, but through smoke. We'll get the shot at the end of the day. Nearly connects on the second, but they do have the access of the B bomb site. But with the early information, Ghost Gaming, they're all over towards B. And it's going to be a full-on retake.
Cello, where is this Molotov going to go? That's pretty important. Oh, he's sitting in vent. He can't really make good use of that Molotov unless it comes down to like a 1v1 defuse situation. Maybe the CT doesn't have a smoke. Then it could be useful. But he's really not in a position. He can't Molotov off heaven. That could have been crucial there. But Pickle gets 1 on the entry. The CTs, though, streaming out of heaven and just cleaning up. Yell now trying to do some work from Checkers. He gets 1 for 1. Cello comes all the way around the back. He finds 2 before going down. And I feel as though that almost all could have been avoided had Cello been in a position to be able to use that Molotov on heaven. Would have at least slowed it down.
C'est la vie.
What?
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie, okay. I thought you said Celebi. I was like, are we talking about Pokemon now?
No, we're talking about celery. But that was, once again, the A main push. That was so important and so instrumental to the success because it allows them to take more time to figure out what they need to do. And Cello so close on the flank play. But this is much better stuff from Ghost Gaming. They're looking like they're playing tight as a unit. Now a double AWP setup comes out, and that was like a retrieved AWP as well, so it's kind of like a bonus bargain. But Luminosity, they're forcing straight back into it. They managed to get the bomb plant down every single round, but they've been unable to convert it just so yet. Rix has to smoke himself off. There is a play towards A, but the bomb is actually... sorry, there's a play towards B, but the bomb's actually A.
They will get the bomb down for free here, and Luminosity, they don't even need to actually commit anything to this B bomb site. The bomb's gone down. Long rotation going to have to come across here from the CTs, even to the Ts to an extent, but the Ts are going to get there probably a little bit sooner, and they can deny those rotations as well. This is a good setup for Luminosity. If they don't win this round, that's going to start to hurt, right? Because they are starting to get so close, but they're not being able to convert.
This is going to go down towards how well Cello and Showtime could hold this. If the smoke goes up in the correct position, it can just allow them to defuse it because they know that this is the A main plant. Quad, no one there. ZQK, what are you doing? He just jumps straight on the bomb and he gets off it. What's the point of doing that? There's no time. Smoke wasn't used on bomb. And everyone's dead except for Wardell. They didn't have enough time to get on it. I'm just like, why is he just jumping on there with no smoke cover? And then gets off it.
You're a bit tilted.
Like, if you jump on it and you commit, you just got to commit. You got to go, like, if you want to do something, you do it. You don't do it half as
Life
passionately.
lessons with Kevin.
Life lessons with Craft and Elfish Guy. Episode number half. It's the pilot episode, but it's never going to take off. Because none of us are qualified as pilots.
Well, that's true.
And Ghost Gaming, they do drop one, but they can still at least try to challenge this round in the back of Wardell, trying to play aggressive towards Squeaky.
The good thing about this for Luminosity is that despite Ghost Gaming getting 3 pretty good rounds in a row, their money's pretty shot, right? All those rounds were relatively close. Ghost Gaming can't afford to rebuy into this one, so this is Luminosity's chance back into this. Start to build that economy up, get a good round here, take the AWP out of Wardell's hands, force the rebuy, and then Luminosity start to make this look a little bit better than how things have begun on Cache.
Pickle's just dancing around at the moment. It's going left, it's going right, it's going up. It's making Wardell's life so difficult to try to get this pick. Pickle's more than happy to just go, you can just see me dancing around and make noise. I don't really mind because the rest of my teammates are going towards B. Connor at close range manages to sneak a kill into Showtime, but it's not enough, unfortunately, as the rest of the frags are flowing for Luminosity. And this may just be the time where you just go, yeah, let's just don't worry about it. Wardell, save your AWP. Let's just see if we can get a pick with Seb CZ, take an AK-47, back out of there, and challenge it next round.
I wonder if Luminosity will try and hunt here. Doesn't seem as though they will. To be fair, their own economy is actually not that great at this point. They've been forced to do a lot of rounds, which they've been unable to do because of the bomb, but obviously doesn't leave them at a very rich sort of a standpoint. So it does look like they're just going to try and back off and save. No one's going to be able to pick them off. Pretty good round from Luminosity, 4 guns through, but they don't get that AWP. So Ghost Gaming still in with the shot. Economy's not quite ruined.
It is still very early dawn in this game. Sun is yet to rise. Or it's just about to.
You're a philosopher.
The way is becoming clearer for both sides on what they need to do.
The way.
The way. The path.
And you're just like a drum, like dong.
And tactical pauses is just like meditation. Alright guys, what should we do? Connor in such a potent position. Neck is, where is he taking his damage from? Is that from the AWPs? He's down all the way towards 29 HP. As Rix, once again, they boosted on B side and got the headshot. Showtime got completely outclassed. Now Connor, can he step it up as well? Oh, yeah. He's holding a great trigger discipline. He gets one, but Neckers doesn't peek out just in time. There's another one on the boost. He doesn't expect the second one to come in so late, so Connor's going to feel just a little bit cheated by that. Nevertheless, though, Ghost, I do like how they're slowly adapting. They get the pick on Showtime with a creative boost.
Yep.
The back of sight.
But again, that A-bomb site is really being left open here by Ghost Gaming. They just seem to be very, very confident on those retakes. And to be fair, their retakes have worked out pretty well on the A site so far. But you have to think, giving up the A site like this, time after time, eventually Luminosity is going to figure that out, adapt, walk into the A-bomb site with 5, and just shut it down. This time, only 3 of them remain. Are they going to get the smoke out across for the cross?
That's fine.
Seems as though they will.
Seb's just going to molly off the plant. That's what he needs to do. That's his only job, is to molly off default. Allows more time to rotate for the retake. Perfect. That's perfectly played from Seb. Spots out the information. Even if Luminosity was shoulder peeking it, Seb wouldn't allow them to escape out. And Ghost Gaming now can come in from all sides.
Yeah, well, it really comes down to Bix here, doesn't it? If he can come in from behind and pick up 1, that's probably enough. Just enough attention being diverted to the A main area. And in fact, that's going to be really great. Molotov kill for ZQK. Pickle stuck on the site. Cello stuck at quad. They know exactly where all the players are. Perfect retake from Ghost Gaming, and you can really see why they're so confident just allowing that A bomb site to stay open.
Yeah, and they're just transitioning it across the defuse. I don't know why that happened. Maybe it was to find the AWP. I don't know why they just why ZQK just got off the defuse and just gave it to someone else, but it's much better from Ghost Gaming. They're not throwing away needless rounds. On the retake, they're looking very, very solid, and they're playing cash, as it is meant to be. Luminosity, they could force straight back up into it, though, so it's still just 2 people just slugging away at the moment. This is a contest which is what I was more expecting on Train. We didn't really get. Hopefully we can get it on cash.
Pretty default setup from Luminosity early on in the piece. Showtime very, very far back, though, into T-spawn. So not really holding down the B halls line, but more so just seeing if anyone was going to rotate through T-spawn. Of course, no one from Ghost too keen on pushing. But again, you can see that retake setup being played by Ghost. They have the player watching for the A site, for the cross. But apart from that, everyone's watching mid, everyone's watching B. And kind of like a bit of a flip of what you might ordinarily see on Cache, where you'll have someone solo holding B-bomb site from headshot, and everyone else in mid or A. This time it's a guy kind of solo holding A site, not even really holding the A-bomb site. But all the attention from the CTs is on mid and on B. That's working out so far for Ghost. Here comes the cross again. Seb gets 1 on the cross before the smoke goes. And he's going to Molotov off the plant. Same old, same old. Luminosity keep falling into the same trap.
They need to figure out a way of drawing that A site rotate a little bit closer. Neck is unaware of the spread as Showtime has now finally pounced and taking down Rix on the late lurk, and it's come very, very close towards Vent to kind of retrieve a few grenades and whatnot. You can see ZQK slowed down. He's been spotted out. Showtime is now right above him, and he's just playing around really with his prey as he knows exactly where he is. Easy kill from behind. Now Ghost Gaming, this retake is going to be so much more difficult. They can't go anywhere. They're boxed in right now. Enemies from all angles approaching. You can see Showtime. He's pushing fast. Here's another one for him, and Cello's going to join the party. But he doesn't really complete the reload, which means that Showtime probably should have read the in-game tip. Always make sure you got ammunition in your clip.
Well, the difference there really is that Showtime was able to gain control of mid.
Yes.
The bomb went down a little bit earlier for Luminosity as well. Ghost wasn't quite rotated across as they needed to be, and obviously that little bit of extra time that Luminosity had to play with allowed them to put down their own counter utilities, get into better post-plant positions, and of course Showtime had more room to work with on the rotation. And so that goes the way of Luminosity. Ghost Gaming maybe want to rethink how they're playing on that A-bomb site, but again, I mean, I think it wasn't so bad from them. It's just if that second incendiary would have hit and denied the bomb plan again, then they would have probably bought themselves enough time. But alas, wasn't the case.
Pickle just admiring the aesthetics of the door at the moment, debating on whether or not to probably head home and paint his, just chilling out, just to door enthusiasts. I wonder if there is an accurate English word for it. As the rest of Luminosity. Oh, what? No way! Pickle, did you hear us? It's like, I believe Connor is another connoisseur of blue doors.
Connoisseur!
What was
too much?
As Seb just staying inside the Molotov will take a lot of damage, but he gets the pick. As now it's the B-side attack, but there is actually 2 people at the back of checkers. They're stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, not everything is, well, that's not really...
That's a Molotov, and it forces both of them out. They're fleeing right now. But look at this, more grenades being being chucked in. Rix is going to fall, so is EQK and Wardell following afterwards. Showtime. That's the highlight reel. That's the cut. And now Seb just going to be saving the AK-47.
All right. 4 apiece. Well, it will be soon. Does feel like this is like, I feel like we've been watching Keish longer than 8 rounds.
It's been very slow rounds. It's like Train, you had fast explosive rounds, you had the ecos, which are like kind of thrown away. But Luminosity Gaming, they take their time. They don't want to risk it. They know the danger of running in and just losing all your members in a stack, falling to a trap of grenades. Play it smart, play it tactical. Sure, it may be boring for the first 1 minute for the viewers to watch, but the way that Luminosity are taking map control is, as well as Ghost Gaming trying to play around it, is so critical. As Cello
That was
is
so
not
smooth.
a door connoisseur because he doesn't know how to open it and pop the flashbang through. And this should mean a kill for someone, and it actually goes in the way of Seb. Cello comes across, does manage to clean up. So it means that Ghost can't take the AK-47 forward, which is a little bit of a dent because it does mean that they can't afford a full buy on other members. You can see how close it was. It was just a couple of pixels above.
Yeah. Well, he got the kill anyway. Full buy, or as much of a full buy as Ghost Gaming can afford. Double AWP.
Limited utility. This is making me scared. Okay, it's not scaring me anymore as Wardell opens up, gets the pick on towards Yell, and falls back.
ZQK is having a bit of a look.
You can see Showtime is like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you can't fool me twice because I'm looking there.
Good pop flash. ZQK takes a lot of damage but survives. Gets back out through the smoke on the B site. Wardell drops Cello. So Luminosity just across the board. Dropping to Wardell. They know ZQK's got an AWP as well, so they're aware of this double AWP setup. Generally speaking, if you don't know there's a double AWP there, the first round comes out, you probably do lose that round. You're not expecting the 2 AWPs. But now Luminosity knows. If they do lose this round, which maybe they won't even now with that pick, ZQK going down, all they have to do is find Rix. The retake's going to be very tough for Ghost Gaming because they have no utility to play with. Rix needs at least 1 here, but Connor does find Pickle.
Wardell just firing through, just making them unsettled, but now they know that Rix is there, and Rix's strike. Oh, Showtime is doing a lot of damage because both AWPs have been lost. And if Showtime's able to take down Rix, it becomes just that little bit closer. Showtime just dancing around at the moment. Rix is going to peek out, take a little bit of damage, but he will win the engagement on 5 HP. Both AWPs should be retrieved. There you have it. So they do manage to take both forward. Ghost now back slowly in the lead once again, but Luminosity going to force straight back into this, and Ghost once again will be looking for a flotation device, really, because they've just been trying to stay afloat for a very, very long time. They haven't really broken clear of the storm. Every single time they think their head's above the water, a wave slams into them. Take another gasp of breath. They manage to struggle, but they need to get to safety.
Man, I feel like I'm listening to you write a book. Every time they put their head above the water, the wave smashes against them. It's just so deep. It's meaningful.
Because it's come to a stage...
We're just casting Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we're casting Counter-Strike, but how many times do you have to hear me say, fall back, they're retreating, he's going to book it out of there? There has to be a better way of describing...
Bugger off.
That's not really a good way, but there it is. A progressive player coming forward, which Seb can't even get the kill on Yell, which is really unfortunate. That was actually played perfectly by Ghost, but they can't actually execute and succeed with it, which is a tragedy.
Mid control will be established very, very easily by Luminosity. They pop a couple of smokes out, but that's all they have to really invest into that. Does look like it's going to be an A split, or maybe even just a B fake, really. Have a couple players go up towards A, a few filter out onto B through the vent. Now Rix is challenging mid. It's going to be smoked off, though.
So it will be an A split, so that Z presence is going to make him very nervous towards B because he just spotted out Yell, and Yell, he just has to stack his life. He's on 13 HP. He doesn't care. They've sold it quite convincingly. Connor does not have an incendiary grenade. This may mean all the difference as they do come on towards the A bomb site. Connor has to make a hero play right now. He's going to go straight forward. He peeks into 2 people. Nekiers won't be able to find the correct line just yet, but Yell strikes. Pounces as Wardell's not looking. and just backs away. They surely know that he's behind the box right now. With those gunshots, they'll know. And ZQK takes a few shots, but they'll go and save, and Yell will be on the hunt.
Not much of a chance that he's going to be able to get too much done here. With only 13 HP, spammed away. They know exactly where he is. Like, unless he gets something really lucky.
Okay, they're going to go in together, so...
Yeah.
No, Showtime's going to go first. Yell decides to back off, so they're sending in the full HP members. Connor very, very low. Cello still dancing around the line. There's no Molotov to kind of flush him out. Oh, what an angle coming in from Neck is. They should be able to take this neck door forward, though. ZQK just holding the line. So a 1-for-1 trade, but that's always going to be more favorable for Luminosity as Ghost, their economy is once again in tatters.
Definitely a very, very backwards and forwards game. I mean, we've had a few CT rounds to start off, and then a few T round, or a T round, then a CT round, a couple of T rounds. Backwards and forwards. So again, both teams, I mean, they're still hanging in this, but both teams have the opportunity to just crack open their opponent's economy, break it completely, and then run away with a couple of rounds. And this is, again, Luminosity's chance. They've got the AWP and the AK and the M4, sorry, to go against. But apart from that, not much resistance here on the Ghost Gaming lineup. If they can get this round, get the next round, that's where Ghost Gaming starts to really struggle a little bit. But for now, it's still hanging in the balance.
There it is, progression play towards Highway. Nekiz peeks around the corner, will spot out Wardell, will be able to land the headshot. Forces a slow counter-rotation from Ghost, but they've already lost a member. They've lost this mid-control. It's going to make their job of holding B so much harder. It's only Connor with the CZ, no armor, nothing to back it up. As soon as Luminosity identify where the weapons are stacked at, it will be all over for Ghost. This is much of a giveaway round, I would say, where you want to try to take ZQK and Rix's weapons forward. You just want to try to retrieve anything else. Not expecting to win this round unless they walk straight in towards the weapon stack. Well, there's one M4 at A site. This is where Rix has got to step up right now. Seb is going to fall smoke grenade. Will make it mean he will live a little bit longer, but he can only take down one.
Yep, that's not really enough when you're one of the two players on your team with a weapon. ZQK does get a nice kill onto the player at Fork, but Showtime's Molotov is enough to finish him off. Should be an eco out here from Ghost Gaming. And exactly what Luminosity needed finally to be able to pick up a couple of rounds in a row and just break that economy of Ghost Gaming. It's not a massive break, but it's just one round, right? Where they have a good opportunity here just to go 3-4 rounds in a row and really get that ball rolling. And now that they'll, assuming they get to 7, that's where they can start to think about, okay, from here, where can we go now? Like, can we get to 8? Can we get to 9? Before that, it was kind of just taking every single round one at a time. But in saying that, I mean, even now, they're dropping a lot to this eco that Ghost Gaming is pulling out. B-side crunch where they go towards Useless and they just take down any of the members inside there. I love how Americans have different call-outs to Australians and different call-outs to Europeans. It's actually quite fascinating sometimes. Because what do you call that position as they just line up? Oh my goodness. Talk about bang for your buck. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you call the position we call dumpster? Do you call it dumpster or do you call it something else? The one connecting garage and B main.
I would just call that connector.
You call it B connector?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's known as rubbish, dumpster, useless in America, if I remember correctly from the calls.
Maybe you got something on the mind. Trash?
No.
Something you want to talk about, Kevin? Group therapy with the NACS community.
Group therapy with the NACS community.
What a fun time that would be.
As much as I do love the NACS community, I don't think group therapy would be the best way of probably helping myself, I would say. I don't think many CS communities are probably the best way of helping yourself.
Probably not. All right.
Best community if you need help is finding the actual resources that you need. On a serious topic.
Okay. Yeah. All right, well, let's get serious in Counter-Strike now as well. Yell does open up onto Connor. Yeah, is this the breaking point now for Ghost Gaming? Like, they've been sitting in this. They've been going tit for tat with Luminosity, but now Luminosity have gotten 3 rounds in a row. They've broken the economy a little bit of Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming finally gets a buy through. The initial pick goes the way of Luminosity. A little bit of free damage over there for Nekiz. He does get traded out though, so maybe I'm hoping this up a little bit too much. Maybe there's still something left in this for Ghost Gaming. And Luminosity not necessarily going to run away with things just yet. In saying that though, Showtime finding another pick for his team. Wardell spots out one, gives away his position. Showtime getting another. Pickle gets one more, and this does look like it's going to be Luminosity easily able to close this round out. And that's 4 guns taken through. Ghost Gaming again going to be put back onto either an eco or a force buy or something that they don't want really. And now is Luminosity's chance to turn this into 9, turn it into 10, and make this first half their own as opposed to just going 1-for-1 with Ghost Gaming.
It's taken a bit, but they managed to finally break away. Ghost looking to do some damage. Damage just not good enough. They need to take this round or take a few AKs and try to get a few more kills, but it's all up to Rix. He's 11 HP at that mid position. Only one with a gun. He was the only one that could afford it, and there you have it. The gun's been lost. The EQK is pushing around, but won't be able to find anything. They're just charging forward, man by man, clearing out the positions. A side's clean. ZQK might be able to retrieve a rifle. They'll know his position pretty soon. 9-5.
Does go down. So Ghost should be able to afford a good buy here in this final round. Warp out for Wardell. Connor yet to buy. Is that a... Yeah, it's an M4. Okay, so he's got full rifles. ZQK with no armor as of yet. Don't know if he had the money even to buy armor.
They're probably deciding what utility, potentially the armor. He's probably calling things as well.
Alright, so 10-5 half for Luminosity would be perfect. 9-6 half for Luminosity would be still pretty good.
That is actually so smart coming in from Luminosity. What happened was that they boosted Nekiz onto T-Red, so the CTs couldn't spot didn't spot anyone cross, so you'd be looking at the right angle, and Nekiz just pushes out of smoke at the right time. He does get traded out, but at that stage, he's already done the damage. Already, you know, it's the left hook, right hook. He couldn't do the good night hook, but maybe the rest of his team can combine with the power of friendship.
Cheeky angle here for Rix. I wonder if he can actually see through that.
Just barely, I'd say.
Yeah, because sometimes the smoke's a little bit different for Spectator. But anyway, not going to really matter at the end of the day, as he's rotated off that position. The smoke has well faded. The A-bomb site looking pretty weak at the moment, and now even weaker. Yell just holding the line, waiting for the peak, and Connor so graciously crouch walks into that crosshair, and Rix gets caught with a Molotov out.
Yeah, up to ZQK. Does manage to get a kill, but he needs to get 3 more on 68 HP. Has a flashbang at HE. You can see Luminosity. They're just going in for the kill. Oh, he does manage to pick up another one. It does become a little bit closer now. But ZQK, he has to progress forward. He can't back out right now. He's got to keep charging. Otherwise, time's going to run out. So there is the HE grenade, and he's going to expose his flank, which means Yell will pick up another kill. And it is a 10-5 half for Luminosity Gaming, which is, I guess, a little bit disappointing if you're a Ghost Gaming fan, but it was what I expected probably given their performance on Train. Took them a little bit, but they did manage to get there at the end.
Look, 10-5. The way that half was going, I kind of didn't expect it to see it sort of that one way. I would have thought maybe 8-7, 9-6 was kind of where we were leading, but in the end, 10-5. Like, that's even a really good first half for Keish. Again, regardless of the side that you're on. But it was 5 apiece, and then the last 5 rounds in a row go the way of Luminosity, obviously. So yeah, I think Ghost Gaming could have probably just inched a little bit more there and maybe made something of that first half. But again, they've let it slip towards the late stages of the first half. It was a similar sort of scenario on Train where it was close for the first 10 rounds even. Again, 10 rounds is pretty much where the kind of the difference is on Train, on Keish. Once that 10th round comes across, Luminosity seem to, for whatever reason, figure out what Ghost Gaming are doing and just adapt and close
Probably
it
just kicking into another gear. As well, it is half time. Let's see if Ghost can actually bring it back or not. They need to take pistol, but we'll find out if they can after the break. Oh, welcome back. It is halftime between Luminosity Gaming as well as Ghost Gaming. 10-5 so far in our final map. I'd say those odds should still be more in Luminosity's favor, but
jump on it, I suppose.
Jump on it while you can. Yeah. It is most likely going to be in Luminosity's favor. And if that overlay wasn't there, it just almost looked like I'm admiring Elfish just a little bit. Or even looking at what you're writing at.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
That's exactly what you're doing, Kevin.
It's a family-friendly
show. We all know the truth.
It's got numbers on there. I love numbers.
I do. Well, actually, it's mostly T's and CTs.
There's numbers there as well.
There's some numbers.
Round 1 to 30.
Yeah.
What about overtime? Once the hits overtime, what would you do?
We just ignore overtime. This is my sheet of paper, everybody. And I go through every single round. And then it goes up to 30. But if we go to overtime...
We just draw more boxes and then...
It's just whatever. Overtime's overtime. It's its own kind of special thing. You know, you don't really need to track the rounds too much for that because it's easier to keep in your head.
What was if
the
it's
last
like
3 rounds as opposed to the last 15?
But what happens if it becomes something like, you know, those ridiculous marathons where it becomes like 10 overtimes where the score's like 50 to 49?
Yeah, but see, each overtime is its own individual sort of being. Anyway, Yell, under a bit of pressure here, flashed out.
Still alive, though.
And if he wins this duel, that'll be big. But at the moment, he's really in desperate need of some backup from his teammates. That rotation has come across. A couple of players now by white box. Even then, like he's kind of stuck in here. He either wins this fight or he dies.
I think he's going to die unless he pops off some ridiculous shots. But ZQK, why is he leading with no armor? There you have it. There's the 9mm train. Just pump him full of lead. Doesn't matter if it does 10 damage a bullet. If you got 3 bullets at a time, it's going to chunk them away. And Showtime needs to land a few P2K shots, but won't be able to do so. So it's all up to Cello. He needs to tap the hits. And unfortunately, hasn't been able to connect so far. And now he is in big trouble because he's by himself. And Connor 93 will shut it off. So Ghost Gaming, a little bit of life just yet.
All right. Well, that is 2 pistol rounds on Cache for Ghost Gaming. So far, only 6 rounds secured for them. Let's assume they get another 2 here. It's 10 and 8. But if they get those 2 pistol rounds and still don't manage to win the map, then, you know, that's obviously not a great performance from them. Don't want to read into it too much just yet, but there's always that chance that Ghost Gaming come through here and still pick up the win. Full investment from Luminosity, though. Scout out on Showtime, CZs as well for pretty much everyone else. But Ghost Gaming have bought up, of course, as well. So, the A-bomb site looks to be the option of choice at the moment for Ghost Gaming. Where is the scout playing? Over towards B. Always disappointing. I like seeing scouts, right?
But it's going to rotate.
Yeah, he'll rotate. That's true. Let's see if he can pick anything up. So satisfying when a scout gets a kill. I feel like more satisfying even than the Deagle.
Deagle is like, if it's like 2 of them, it's really, really sick. If it's headshot chains, you know, like the frag clips, that's pretty good. So Yellow's going to be dinked out. They know that there's at least 2 on A side, and that's going to make Ghost just hesitate a little bit, which is good.
Rotation coming across from behind, though. Cello here could prove to be absolutely critical. Playing it slowly. And Neckers does get one as well. That's going to slow down Ghost a little bit. And they're going to filter back out right into Cello here. He needs to get at least 1. Surely he gets at least 1 here.
Oh, he should. A little bit messy.
Still got 1. That's not too bad. And gets the information as well. Neckers gets the kill on the guy boosting. Now 3 versus 2. Timer ticking away. Ghost Gaming starting to get a little bit worried in this round, perhaps.
I've spotted out Showtime. He's going to take a little bit of damage for his troubles, but he's going to float back towards the B site. And now Luminosity, they're also going towards the B site. They realize that Ghost most likely will orientate themselves towards this position. Actually, Yell's actually staying at truck. This is really dangerous now. Up to Showtime to land his shots. He needs to hit these. You don't need to inspect. You need to hit these shots, bro. As he finally does manage to do so with the assistance of Yell. There you have it. Headshot to finish off on Connor. He leaves it to the last moment. Maybe it's a little bit of a showboat. Oh, look, I missed a couple of shots. Oh, look, I can hit these.
Yeah.
Haha, as Ghost Gaming lose and alert anti-eco.
Indeed. So, Ghost, yeah, like they don't manage to secure that pistol or the couple of rounds after the pistol. Can't consolidate on it. That's what they really needed as well. I mean, 11 and 6 certainly looks a hell of a lot worse for Ghost Gaming than a 10 and 7 does.
It should have been 10 and 8 if Ghost were able to convert it.
Yeah.
And that becomes like you're in
becomes doable.
Really, really close reach because you can reset the CT economy with a really good round.
Yeah.
Now it's at a stage where it's like Luminosity, not only have they taken a few rifles into the next round, they've taken an AK and a Galil, which is, Galil is kind of like that poor man's version of an M4. It's really not that accurate, but it's got a lot of bullets. Does quite a decent amount of damage as well.
I'm not a fan of the Galil. Not a fan of the FAMAS either. But like I would take a FAMAS. I probably wouldn't take a Galil. I don't know. I'd rather just take a UMP, to be honest.
I think the problem with the Galil, right, is that it's kind of like a slower fire rate. The FAMAS actually has a decent fire rate. Galil just feels really clunky.
Slow,
Recoil,
it's like all over the place.
It's all over the place. And the first shot accuracy. Trying to think of a good description, but
clearly it didn't work.
Well,
first shot accuracy is like you trying to think of a good description.
It's absolutely, there's no point to describe it. It's just terrible.
So a bit of a pause coming out there. I have to assume it was a tactical pause from Ghost Gaming. They have opted to fully invest into this game. I have received confirmation it is a definite tactical pause there from Ghost Gaming. So they've decided that they want to force into this round. Not so sold on that decision, to be honest. They have a lot of rounds to play with here.
Look how aggressive Luminosity are getting on the back of this. They just walk into Neckers and Yellow, just go, thank you very much. We'll pick up 2 kills. This makes the tactical, well, those 2 kills came faster than the tactical pause ever did, so ZQK. And if you're shooting through smoke like that, that's really just hoping for the best as Connor. Ooh, does manage to get a dink on Showtime. I don't think Showtime should have particularly contested that. They will lose the AK-47. No one will be able to get there in time to kind of pick it up. But at the stage, who cares? You got SMGs, you can rack up more bank.
This second half is starting to remind me a little bit of Train, where, well, apart from the fact that Ghost Gaming got the pistol this time, Luminosity have kind of just been able to completely run away with the half. I mean, it's going to be CT forced by it, they win that round, then the T's forced by it, CT's win, the T's eco again, Luminosity suddenly on 13 rounds, and it's just like, well, where did that second half go, pretty much?
Showtime needs to be really careful right now, because after that spray goes through, they should be pushing through, but he's got backup, so identify that, hey, maybe these guys are going back to the good old Russian strats, and as well as Luminosity just pushing, not caring. They've got bomb as well. Look at that. So Ghost Gaming, doesn't matter where you go, either you're going to your slaughter at B, or you're going back towards Yell, who wants more kills. And really up to Connor to try to find something with his P250, and there you have it. He does manage to get the flank around just in time to get one. Neckers, though. You can always rely on Neckers pushing somewhere.
Yeah. As
Luminosity, another quick cleanup. AK-47s now for Ghost Gaming, but not the full set of utility.
No AWP either.
Let's play a little game, Elfish.
Okay.
Where is Neckers going to push? I'm going to guess Squeaky.
Oh, that's what's going to be my guess. Yeah, that spot.
That spot.
Not B.
Not B. No.
No.
B for bad.
Bad observer.
S. Squeaky for S+. There you are. So.
Okay, yeah. All right, Squeaky. Well...
Oh, he actually isn't pushing. No.
He's gone mid. He's pushed white box.
That's the standard holding line.
Really?
Neckers, I'm proud of you. You've learned to rein in the aggression and hold firm.
Life lessons with Karath.
Not life lessons. I'm just a proud Counter-Strike dad.
Daddy gamer.
That's Sandman, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. What have you got for us here, Ghost Gaming? Pretty much need this round.
They need a lot of rounds if they are to come back in this. Luminosity, they boosted one up onto a Shroud. Wait, no, that's not boosted on a Shroud, sorry. Yell's just watching towards A main. And coming back towards A, but once they throw a smoke grenade, they notice that there's no progression play. They realize that, okay, like, there's no one at B side. They're not hitting B, because if they have the numbers there, they're setting up for an execute, you'd expect more members close towards Sunroom, making a little bit of a noise. They are crawling towards Squeaky, though, and Yell, he is in a terrible position right now to kind of contain this. This is actually really good from Ghost. So fake smoke towards B. Molotov just to stop the push a little bit longer. And Pickle, I think he's aware of the danger right now. As there it is. There's a smoke grenade. They're all coming out right now. They're coming through the smoke. Yell gets one. Pickle can't do any more damage. Yell gets another one. Yell gets 3. Oh my goodness. He gets the 4th through the smoke. Everyone stand up for Yell, because he's having an absolute scream of a time.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, Pickle even could have got a few more there, but he had a Galil, so the spray was just a little bit off.
It just proves my point.
If he would have had an M4, he probably gets 2 frags there, just on the spray down through the smoke. But have a look at this. Yell, oh, that would have almost been a collat as well. Really great stuff from him. Just watching every angle at the perfect time, and the spam through the smoke as well.
hits the shots he needed to. It wasn't anything particularly flashy. It wasn't like, you know, sick flicks, insane no-scopes, and insert game attack here. It was just solid defensive AWPing where he managed to land everything he needed to. Ghost just walked one by one into it and just makes it look just that little bit better. That's how you impress the E-Girls, ladies and gentlemen. Landing your AWP shots.
Yeah, that's what's important, Kevin. Force Smite coming out from Ghost Gaming as well. They have forced a lot so far on Cache. Both sides as well. And it hasn't really been that favourable for them. Pretty much every time they force by, you kind of feel like Luminosity's got the round wrapped up in spades, pushing through some smokes. And there we go, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Luminosity, no problems for them at all. Rix does get showtime in mid on the lurk, but who cares, really? 15 and 6 now. Match point again for Luminosity. They have a full buy. Ghost Gaming has a half-ish full buy. Not everyone's going to have an AK here.
Maybe a Galil, maybe a Scout. I'm hoping for a Scout on someone, but it's going to be an AK. Connor, what is he going to grab? A Galil as well to join the party. It was looking so much better on the CT side, and on their T side, Ghosts, once again, have just completely disappeared.
Yeah.
And a single round on their T side, it's just, unfortunately, it's not good enough. They need to show...
The pistol round as well. Like, it wasn't even a gun round or anything. Yeah. It's the pistol round, which, to me, is like, a lot of the time, 50-50, you know, you maybe come into the pistol round with some strats, but the pistol round's such a toss-up.
They set themselves up for success with the pistol round, which is really good to see, but you've got to... It's like that building block. You've got to build your scaffolding, but they falter at that step. It just all crumbles down. They're trying to build the roof without the walls.
Trying to build the Millennium Falcon, having never used Lego before.
That's one I've never heard of.
Yeah. I made that one up.
It's pretty solid as Luminosity, they just go, all right, you're not making a move, so I guess we'll make a move. We'll get a pick, and then goes to down one member. Neckers should fall at the stage because Wardell will check underneath him, as every good T on boost will check as he does.
He doesn't. Oh, Kevin. Oh, the two of them.
He gets 2 of them.
Okay, that's the game over.
That's game.
ZQK is the last one surviving. He does manage to get 1. This grenade might finish him off. Yeah. And indeed, Showtime gets the job done. 16 and 6 for Luminosity on Cache. It was 16 and 3 on Train. Very, very easy day at the office there for Luminosity.
If you tune in for probably the first 15 minutes, you'll find, hey, this match is pretty good, and then you tune in towards the rest of the 15 minutes, which is really what it took. And it's just like, wait, Ghost, like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Really, really disappointing to see. That was really a lackluster performance from Ghost.
16-6 as well on Cache, having won both pistol rounds with Ghost. Like, I was talking about it before, when they did win that second pistol round, I was like, if they get something like 16-8 here, that's going to be pretty bad. In fact, they ended up only getting 16-6. It's even worse for Ghost Gaming. So, yeah, back to the drawing board, I think, for them. Luminosity, pretty solid performance from them tonight. I mean, you don't have to really dig too deep into that. They were just a better team. They had better aim. They adapted to the situation better. They read the situation better. And obviously, they win. Just outclassing Ghost Gaming. Which is what we expected. I wanted a better fight, though. This is not what I wanted it to be like. I expected a close game where, you know, I expected Luminosity to win probably 16-11, 16-12 for the maps. Yeah. So, like, a bit of a closer contest. Ghost Gaming will have a few sick individual plays. Not like this. 16-3, 16-6. Especially when you're at the 5-5 scoreline. Like, it was positive. Ghost Gaming were in the lead for a bit. They were able to strike back. They were able to do some damage. And then there was nothing ever since. Yeah, nice individual performances from a lot of the Luminosity players tonight. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick out a player that really stood above the rest. I mean, my first thought was Showtime here on Cache was looking pretty good, but then he kind of was a little bit quiet on Train. Yell was looking good
Yell's been
as well. But then so was Cello. Cello was very consistent across both maps. And Pickle, I think Neck is, again, I have to say the same. Like, he was a bit hot and cold, particularly on Train, a little bit more consistent on Cache, but yeah, maybe across the board for them, I think they did a very, very solid job. Like, just solid. It wasn't amazing, it wasn't special, it was just solid, good Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I was about to say as well, for Neckers, like I know I was like making fun of him a lot. It's like, why is he pushing on train? But that might also be the way that Luminosity want to play the train, especially with the SMGs. Like even though you sack one person early, you can see how confident they are with the double up setup and locking down the angles. That maybe they were just like, maybe it was a little bit of disrespect going, look, Ghost can't punish us for this. And it was also informational plays. It wasn't like he was just charging silly lines every single time. There were flashbangs in the back of it. There was clearly team-orientated play to try to get more information.
Yeah, definitely. Like across the board, Luminosity as a team were looking a lot better than Ghost Gaming. Yeah, again, I don't even think there was really anyone from Ghost Gaming that stepped up. Like Wardell, maybe with the AWP, was doing okay, but yeah, it's a case of not really. They pretty much just got steamrolled.
There was like one round where I remember Seb did something, like got 4 kills with the AWP, and that's about it. Or that was maybe even someone else.
I don't even remember that.
So it was like that's how few the highlights reel for Ghost Gaming were. It was just a largely forgettable game by them. But let's take a quick look at what happened today. If you were unavailable to tune in earlier, it was a 2-0 towards Misfits, and wow, what is that on the mainstream? Cloud9 finally decided to step up.
16-3 on train. Pretty
That's
good
not what
turnaround.
I was not expecting that. That's a demolition and a half.
Every train game today goes to 16-3.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo indeed. So Optic going one apiece with NRG, Immortals, and Cloud9 one apiece. Like we just said, Misfits 2-0 over Rogue, and Luminosity 2-0 over Ghost. I don't think any of those results scream massive upset sort of to me. I mean, we probably would have expected Optic to get the 2-0. Apart from that, I think everything's kind of as it were.
Everything is all right inside the ESL Pro League world.
Yep.
Everything is balanced.
Everything is
all the results
in peace.
All the results that should be flowing are flowing after last upset that Ghost happened, which was that victory over Team Liquid. Everything is settled down back towards the normality of standard Counter-Strike, where the predicted winner is taking all closer matchups, going in one apiece. Predicted winner is closing it out quite comfortably without any struggle.
Yeah, which is kind of what you want to see in a way. I mean, upsets are exciting at the time, but what you really want to see is that solid consistency from those top teams. It
is always a challenge. You want to see the consistency. You want to see teams, kind of establishing themselves as we're consistent, we're pretty good. But you also want to see the underdog kind of like step it up and go, you know what? I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to take you off your throne. I'm going to rip the crown off your head. Dethrone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to go for more literal, rip the crown off. No?
I don't know about that analogy, mate. It was a little bit flat. A little bit flat.
A little bit flat.
All I'm thinking about now is Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Are you going to spoil millions of people out there?
No, I'm not going to be that guy.
Okay, no worries. That is it from us tonight over here, but we do have matchday number 7 coming up tomorrow as well, so make sure you do tune in. Until then, have a good evening, and see you next time.
Bye.